gents. I know it's been a long time and I'm sleepy. I am so sleepy. I just got off work, so I want to go ahead and get this update out of the way. The holidays totally threw me off, but I'm also really exhausted. A lot. My husband now is working 67, 68 hours a week. On top of that, my 17-year-old, she works. And so with getting her to work, getting him to work, picking both of them up, and then still maintaining my own job, it's something else. And now she's starting to move. So maybe we'll catch her moving on this update if she gets to moving too much. If you see me looking away, it's because I'm looking at my notes, okay? So I am today 33 weeks and 4 days. And today is December the 3rd. Okay. So this is going to be my weeks 29, 30, 31 update. And I may go ahead and do my 32 week update because, yeah, I may go ahead and add that. But week 29 through 31 already has a lot. So, first things first, gestational diabetes. Yes, I have it. When I got my numbers back, it was supposed to be lower or equal to 95. Mine was 105. The next number is supposed to be lower or equal to 180. Mine was 163. The next one was supposed to be lower or equal to 155. Mine was 177. And the last number was supposed to be lower or equal to 140. And mine was 157. So anytime you have 3 out of the 4 numbers that are high, even though mine were not extremely high, they consider you to have gestational diabetes. Fine. I am managing gestational diabetes with diet only. I have a little pamphlet, and I'm sorry I didn't bring it over here with me. I have a little card that I fill out. As far as like during the day, it's perfectly fine. The only number I cannot quite manage is the fasting, like the overnight and early in the morning. So that one should be 95, but some days it's 105, some days it's 110, some days it's 102. But the rest of the day, like my breakfast, my lunch, my dinner, when I take the rest of the ones, they're perfectly fine. And I'm sorry, my daughter is trying to text me at the same time that I'm trying to do this update. I'm sorry. So I've been sending in my numbers. I talked to the doctor about it. He said that he can put me on a pill, but as long as I'm trying to continue to critique my diet, it's fine. I talked to my OB and I told her that is the one number that I seem to struggle with is I try to eat protein before I go to sleep, and I don't eat crackers. I don't eat bread. Like, I'm doing everything I possibly know to do, but that number just will not get under 95. Now, during the day, that number sometimes is like 90 or 88 or 83. It's just early in the morning before I eat breakfast when I take that number. So that was really it for week 29. That was like my biggest thing. I'm still taking the medication for heartburn. It's still doing the same. Some days it's good, some days it's bad, but it still does not last 12 hours, and I've just learned to live with it. I had an ultrasound doing my 30-week appointment, and so now my ultrasound appointments are every week. So I go to my perinatal every week now for my ultrasounds, like a growth scan. They check her kidneys, her heart, all those things, make sure blood is flowing through the umbilical cord, making sure it's pulsating right, etc. And then I go to my OB every 2 weeks. So between work and everybody else work, I'm doing a lot of doctor's appointments. Let's see, at my 30-week appointment, that was on November the 8th. My weight at that point, I lost 2 pounds. Since my 26-week appointment, I had not changed in weight by the time I did my ultrasound appointment. And the fetal heartbeat was 132, and I was measuring at 31 weeks, and I was 30 weeks. And that was when my doctor measured my belly. It's when I was measuring at 31 weeks. My ultrasound appointment, I had that one on November the 10th, and that was at 8:30. I'm sorry, if you see my body jump, it's because if my hand is like really close to my stomach, then she moves and she makes my body wiggle like that. So if you see her, that's just Aubrey trying to be a part of the update. My weight at my ultrasound appointment 2 days later from the appointment that I did on the 10th, that one, I had lost another 2 pounds. So I tend to just keep, for some reason, losing weight. Other than like changing and eating the stuff that's on my schedule plan, I'm not doing anything. I mean, I walk, but I don't do any vigorous walking. Some days I skip walking. I'm so sorry. That is so rude, but I am so sleepy. But I really need to get this update out the way. So I keep losing weight. And so I was 2 pounds, on that appointment, I was 2 pounds less than what I was at my 26-week and my 30-week appointment. So the fetal heartbeat at that appointment was 137. Aubrey was weighing 3 pounds, 10 ounces. I had a cervical length of 3 centimeters on that appointment. And her growth was in the 43 percentile as far as the way that she was growing. So she was in the 43 percentile. My stretch marks also started in that week and my 30 week. And it's not like really bad, but I use oil. I use tummy butter. I use shea butter. And I still have stretch marks. It doesn't bother me. I have stretch marks with my other kids on my hips and it's like the lower part of my stomach. Aubrey's maybe added 1 or 2 more. And you really can't, let's see. Let's see if you guys can see. Sorry. You really, yeah, it's like here. But I already had a lot of these. But I can tell like there was like a new one. And I was like, oh, that one wasn't there before. So, yeah. Sleepiness. As you guys see, I'm sleepy during this update. So, and it's hard to stay awake. Like, even at work, it's so hard to stay awake. I have to take a nap on my lunch break. My husband drove to work, and he'll be home. He's working 9 to 9 today, but he'll be home so that I can take my daughter to work, and she goes in at 5. And I told him to come as close to 5 as possible, like 4:15 is great, because it only takes me about 30 minutes to get her there on a Saturday. But so that I can sleep as long as possible and I won't have to worry about taking him back to work. But he was like, that's fine. He literally works like 2 minutes away, but it's so cold in the mornings I don't want him to walk, and I'm at work at that time. So he drives, but he said he'll walk back this afternoon so that I can get some rest. He is just the sweetest. He's absolutely the sweetest. This morning I was going to get up and clean up the kitchen because I didn't get to do it last night because I was so tired. And by the time I woke up, he had already washed the dishes. He had already fixed my breakfast. He's such a doll. Okay, so also week 30. Week 30 was a very busy week. On November the 14th, I had my diabetic class and met with the dietitian. We started the meal plan, and I started doing like a 2-day meal prep. So my typical breakfast is boiled egg whites and a stick of Cracker Barrel cheese with either water or some almond and coconut milk, no sweet, unsweetened. And I use the silk milk because it lasts really long and it's really great. I don't like regular milk. It leaves like a residue in my mouth or something. I don't know. And that's just not pregnancy. I just don't like it. I have, for a snack, I'll do grapes and cheese or either apples and cheese. Lately, it's been difficult to find grapes, or either I'll do like pomegranates. For lunch, I typically do tuna and cheese with some lettuce and a tomato slice. And then for that next lunch, I'll do another fruit with cheese. I don't know. I really like cheese. I really like the sharp Cracker Barrel cheese. And for dinner, I typically do like grilled chicken or either baked chicken. The other day I made, other week I made like baked chicken curry. Yeah, that's kind of it. And then for snack, I'm supposed to do like peanut butter and crackers. The crackers makes my number, and I'm not going to say too high. It makes my number like 120 some in the mornings. So I don't do the crackers, and I don't really care for peanut butter. So I typically do a cheese stick, or some celery or some pickles or something like that for my evening snack. I have to eat 6 times a day, so that's about it. So I got my glucometer and it's over there, so I can't get it right now. And when I went to, okay, that's it for week 30. Now, that was 12 minutes on week 30. So let's do week, well, no, that was 29 and 30, so it's not bad. So week 31, I had my ultrasound appointment on the 17th. I shared with the doctor that my fasting glucose is my only struggle. My weight at that point was 206, which is the weight that I started prior to pregnancy. I'm not short, but I'm not tall. I'm kind of like in between. But I had a lot of hips and stuff like that, and that has kind of like, I don't know. I can tell that my clothes definitely fit different. Like I can still wear my, my pre-pregnancy like jeans. The only thing is I can't button them up around my stomach. I just have to button them like under my stomach, or use the hair tie method to just keep it together. And I can tell like some of my stretchy like tight material pants, they fit really loose. They don't fit the way that they used to. So I can tell that I'm lost weight, but I'm not doing anything particular. Like I'm not on a diet or anything like that. Aubrey at that appointment was 4 pounds 2 ounces. Her heartbeat was at 142. She has a good bit of hair. The ultrasound tech was like shaking the thing on my tummy, and you can see her hair like right here just waving in the water. You can see her little hair waved on top. She has eyelashes. She has really pretty eyelashes. I wonder if they're gonna be as thick and long as they looked on the ultrasound picture. She still has her daddy's mouth, her daddy's smile. She actually smiled on that ultrasound picture because the ultrasound tech was talking about, and I'm sure she didn't correlate that with that because she's still a baby, right? But just so happened we were talking, the ultrasound was saying how pretty she is, and she's going to be a pretty little girl, and she's going to have a head full of hair. And then she just started smiling like it was the cutest little thing. And I wish I was able to catch it on the ultrasound pictures, but we didn't get a chance to catch it, but it was too funny. She's going to look a lot like her dad and probably his sister, his baby sister. Let's see. We listened to the card sound. Her card was sounding perfect. She actually had all of her cord laying on her chest, and she was like holding it, like cuddling with it. I don't know. She's always doing something with the cord. Either it's in her mouth, but this particular time she was cuddling it. My Braxton Hicks has started on week 31. I don't get them every day. Maybe every other day. Sometimes every 2-3 days. But that's about it. I can just feel like the tightening of my stomach. My mood was altered in week 31. I don't know. Week 31, I was just like so easily irritated, which I am, for the most part, a loner. I don't really have any friends. My sister, and she lives like right in the next neighborhood from me. That's like it. That's really the only person other than her and my brother. My little brother, we're like 2 years apart. And we have like this group chat that we'll talk into like every now and then. Like not really a chat, it's just like a group text, and we'll message each other in the group chat, you know, if somebody has something funny or something going on, blah, blah, blah. But really just, I'm a loner. My husband's not so much of a loner. He has, you know, he likes to, you know, be cordial with people and talk, and he's the laugh, he's the funny one. And I've always been like that. I'm just so much better off alone. Which brings me to my baby shower. I was supposed to have a baby shower January 7th. But I have anxieties about being around a lot of people. Mind you, it will be people I know. That doesn't matter. I just still get anxieties, right? So it's supposed to be January the 7th. My Eastern Star sisters are giving it to me, are hosting it. Actually, it's like my quote unquote, she's kind of like a mom to me. She's actually hosting it, and that's supposed to be January 7th. And the closer it gets, the more anxieties I get about it. But we'll see. We'll see. I know that she asked me about having one. I told her that would be fine because she wants to do one. She's like, I want to have one for my grandbaby. Okay, that's fine. But I wanted to do it like after Christmas, after Thanksgiving, after the holidays, after New Year's. So it's supposed to be January the 7th. That is it for week 29, 30, and 31. Week 32, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys that one because nothing really happened in that week. Last week, let's see, I had my OB appointment on the 22nd. I weighed in at 204.6, so I'm 2 pounds less than what I started when I got pregnant. Her heartbeat was 140 beats per second. My vajayjay, for some reason, feels like, I don't know, it feels like swollen. Like a lot of times, like if I sit too long or if I walk too long, or if I like wake up and I have to go to the restroom, like my first morning urine, like it's almost like I can feel like a bearing down. It feels like really heavy right there. But just in general, it feels like, I don't know. It's like when I wipe, it just feels swollen. When I take a bath, it just feels swollen. Like it doesn't feel, it feels weird. And I'm assuming it's just because of the pressure in her, because she is head down, and just like now she'll move and it's almost like, it's like a pain and a tingle at the same time. It's almost like it's something with my bladder. Because sometimes it feels like I'm just gonna go to the potty. Week 32, yes, I was still having heartburn battles. A lot of heartburn battles. Just like before. But again, I'm not complaining. It's just one of those things. One of those things I have to deal with, right? That's it. So we did week 29, 30, 31, and 32. That was the bonus week. So coming up, I've had appointment my week 33, and I have 2 appointments next week. I have which would be my 34-week appointments. And then after that, my appointments with my OB would start every week with the 36 week. So I'll be doing both appointments every week at that point. My hospital bags, both of them are packed. Honestly, both of them are in the trunk. I don't like waiting to the last minute. And my husband and my daughter, they freak out easily. Like, I could walk and just be walking funny just because of how she's positioned. And she's been head down since, I should know this, right? She's been head down since I went to my ultrasound appointment the 29th week. It was either the 26th week or either the 29th week that she's been head down, and she's been head down ever since. But they freak out very easily, and if I go into labor or my water break while I'm driving, I don't want to have to come home or send my husband home to get bags and all of that, so they're in the car. If I go in labor at home, my husband is going to freak out. I'm not going to have time to say, babe, grab the bag, etc., etc. Only thing I'm going to have time to do is pull my keys off the hook, and to be honest, I may have to drive myself to the hospital or either call my sister, because my husband panics over the smallest little thing. It hasn't changed. I can say I have a headache, or I can be sitting here with heartburn that I'm battling, and he wants to call the 911. So he is just like really frantic. So yeah, it's already in the car. My blanket is already in the car. Her blanket is already in the car. I've packed and repacked those bags 2 and 3 times. It's just 2. One hers and one mine, and some stuff for him. I'm sorry. But other than that, yeah, that's in the car. I've almost finished her sleeping space because we are going to co-sleep. Her wall is done, and I think I have some pictures in my phone, and I'll add them at the end. Her wall is done. She has the snuggle sleeper. We're going Monday to get her car seat and her stroller, because I was going to order one offline, a set that I wanted offline, but then I found another one local at Toys R Us that I really liked and I really wanted, and I went there and it was easy to maneuver, so I put it on layaway, and that's what I kind of do with everything. I put it on layaway and we'll go pick it up Monday. It typically stays on layaway maybe a week or 2 weeks. And I will include a picture of it, and at the end, I'm really not sure how I'm going to do that. I may do a separate video and just add pictures of her stroller and some things I got for her space in our room. I bought her a bookcase and a toy. It's a bookcase and a toy box thing. It's Minnie's Bow Collection. I love Minnie, and it's pink and purple, and those are kind of like her themed colors. I got letters done for her in pink and purple. I can show you the letters. They're in all pink, but she's going to customize it and make mine pink and purple, so I'll include that and where I got it from. Anything else I have to get is her changing table. And I want to get a pack and play that has like the little bassinet on top and the changing table on top to put next to my desk, because when I'm working early in the morning, my husband sleeps really hard. but it's easier for me to have her in here with me while I'm working than to leave her in there with him, because I don't want her. He may not even hear her crying. He just sleeps really, really hard. So I was going to put that next to my desk, and I'm going to show you pictures of her wall, because her wall is going to kind of be the same way. And here in the den next to my desk. And let's see. I think that's it. That's all I have to do. I have to do her plug and play, which my quote unquote mom wants to do that. And we're getting her stroller Monday. And that's it. Work. I can take off as early as December the 20th. I'm trying to work until January the 4th. So that I can get double time for working the Christmas day and the day after, and I can get double time for working New Year's. That'll be money I can help put aside because I will be off work until April 20th. Even though with our benefits they pay for 100% maternity leave, I won't be able to work like extra hours and things like that, so that will help compensate. That's it, ladies and gents. That is all. This is a long update. It's going to take forever for YouTube to load this. So I want to say congratulations to everyone that has had their babies. Miss Leah, Rakia, I'm sorry, I don't want to mess up your name. Rakia Betts, she just had her baby. Miss Leah is so gorgeous. There are several others who IVF folks. She just went into labor this morning and her water broke, and I am so excited. I can't wait to get her next update so that we can see baby Maximine. I think I pronounced his name correctly. So everyone is just moving right along with having their babies and progressing through their pregnancy. And for those of you that are just starting the journey, welcome, welcome, welcome to the family. For those of you that are on the journey and it's seeming to be rough, don't give up. Just keep at it, keep at it, keep at it, keep at it. I can tell you after 12 years to finally be able to wrap my head around the fact of being a mother again it's a priceless moment for me. It's priceless. I came into the situation with nothing but faith. I knew I only had one shot, and I had to give all of that to God and let God do what it is that He had in the plan, and His plan matched the desires of my heart, and I do not regret a day of it. To be honest, some days I lay in the bed or just sitting up watching TV and I'm just thinking, and I literally have a pinch myself moment. Like, I ask myself, am I going crazy? And I've just imagined all of this time that I'm pregnant and about to have a baby on the way. Like, it seems so unreal to me, and I'm all the more grateful for that. But it just seems so weird, so unreal. It's almost like my husband at any moment is going to say, you know, I've just went along with this all this time and it's not really true. You know, like it's hard to explain it, but that's something that I don't share with anybody, but I've shared it with you guys today. Like, that's like I have mental struggles because I never thought that this would happen again for me. I just didn't. For those of you that feel like you're stuck between a rock and a hard place, that's what this community is for. Anything that I can do to help, anything that I can do to encourage, anything that I can do to enlighten, any videos that you want to see from me, I've included like a lot of information in my videos. I haven't like given like information on grants and things like that because I really haven't. I'm really picky about research, and I don't like researching something and giving it to somebody and then it end up being a bad experience. And maybe that comes just from my career and that's just not something that I'm used to doing. But if you need help with researching something, and I'm sorry, I left my work computer on, and it's just a group chat going off, and I'm sorry about that. But if you need my help with researching something, I'm more than happy to do that. If you just need somebody to talk to, just somebody to vent to, somebody to chat with, fine. I know it sounds weird because I just said that I'm like a loner, and I really am. But as long as we're on the other side of the computers, or on the other side of the phone, or whatever, I'm okay. It's just those face-to-face personal interactions that I struggle with. But I just want you guys to know that I'm here for you. I love all of you, and I continue to pray for all of you. I continue to send you lots of blessings, lots of baby dust, lots of love, lots of encouragement. It's something that I personally went through. I went through being discouraged and crying and angry and all of those things. And so I know where you are, and I know how you feel. So I don't want you to think that I'm just able to speak from this without having personal experience, because I do. So I'm going to let you guys go because this update is now like super long. I am going to now work on a video of Aubrey's space, and I'll just do it separately versus in my update. Okay? Smooches.